Hello, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Emily Gear. I'm a multi-dimensional channel and transformative energy healer. And I am back with your weekly messages this time for the eclipse week, which includes July 2nd, a total solar eclipse. So we're going to be looking into then the energies affecting Cancerians for that week. Coming in with the eclipse, and the eclipse is taking place in your sign. Okay, so in most cases that is helpful, that is beneficial to you. But of course, sorry, I just want to fix the lighting. But of course, you know, certain things can depend on other aspects of your chart. So I am going to go ahead and shuffle the cards, find out what's coming out. Oh, if this does not resonate with you, be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And if those also don't resonate with you, sometimes I'm just not connecting to your particular soul group, okay? So I may be connecting to a different group of Cancerians. All right, aha. Okay, what else for Cancer? Oops, what's coming up there? All right. There's definitely going to be a lot of growth for you. I'm going to start there. I just want to actually... So we've got the Moon. We've got the Empress. And we've got the Seven of Pentacles or coins in this deck. What I'm really feeling here, guys, is... I think there's some attention needed. This kind of came out actually for last week, but there's some attention that is needed to be placed upon the feminine nature, your feminine side, basically, because we both have masculine and feminine, as you know. And I think that the feminine has very much been overshadowed at different times. You might be actually, and this makes total sense, Cancer is being a cardinal sign, is very initiatory. That is technically a masculine trait. So that's one of those things that, you know, might have overshadowed the receptive nature of your feminine side. And so I'm feeling like this is a time of that feminine side to really get to growing and to start to show more of her potential within you, okay? Whether you're a man or a woman, you might be getting very much in touch with your feminine side. This could be about, if you're a man, it could be about your literal divine feminine, another person externally. But with the Moon showing up here, I really am feeling like there's a lot of internal growth going on in the feminine energy, okay? If we're talking about divine complements, I mean, technically, your external divine feminine is the same energy as your internal divine feminine, so so that could be a little bit of what's happening here, you know, some bringing that person in at the same time as you're allowing the growth to take place internally. So I do see a lot of growth. I mean, even just look at her surrounded by fruit and flowers and what is that, music? No, I don't even know what that is. That looks like an instrument, but I think it's a scepter. Doesn't even matter. Abundance, just the abundance that grows through the feminine, okay? What else is coming out for Cancer? Okay, let me get a little bit of a clarification on this. So I've got the Four of Swords here with the Ten of Cups. I feel like this is sort of saying, you know, just wanting to feel into these cards, I feel like this is talking about the fact that this growth period is an important interlude to being able to really complete the cycle of emotional fulfillment that you have been working toward for the last, I just heard 7 years, honestly. So it could be 7 years, 7 months, 7 something, or not. It doesn't matter. You know, that just came up. But this is sort of a brief interlude before getting to that. Now, I think that interlude is taking place in order to allow this feminine to really grow, to really make herself known within you, okay? It's also taking place to allow you to sort of confront some of the fears that may be arising, because the moon is also fear, and so is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is about keeping yourself mentally stuck because of fear. And so I feel like there is a correspondence between allowing this nurturing, loving energy to grow within you and being able to, and moving through this sort of wait period while you learn how to breach the mental restriction that you have placed upon your happiness, okay, your 10 of Cups. It's almost like this is what is needed to allow you to accept or receive this emotional well-being, this emotional bliss, this emotional culmination, okay? It's that you have been blocking it mentally before because of this inability to receive it. Or not even inability, but this, I don't know, you just haven't been receiving it. When I say inability, it makes it seem like you are never able to. And so that's why I stumble over that word. It's almost like your unintentional but willful blocking of this being received. The Three of Coins will not stop coming out. And so here's the Three of Coins again with the 10 of Coins. This might have come out in nearly every reading for the eclipse. So that's interesting. But here again is this full fulfillment and this feeling of like a waiting period, but this is not waiting, just waiting. This is working toward it. This is building that cathedral, even if you don't know what it's going to look like at the end, even if you don't, even if you are working together with other people to try to build it, this is you building that cathedral. And the cathedral is this legacy, this 10 of Coins, this family and mission and work and fullness of life. So this is a critical, I'm just getting that this is critical building blocks toward being able to make that a reality in your life, that before you were not really in a position to do that because your ability to receive was stunted by your own fears. It's almost like, I'm almost hearing like, what's the worst thing that could happen if everything went right for you, okay? And I feel like that's really gonna land with some of you because there's this like fear of what happens when you get everything you want. I personally can definitely relate to that because there's this part of me that's like, oh my God, what if I have to share my house with another person? Like if we're talking relationships, or, oh my gosh, if I get that job I always wanted, then what if I don't perform the way that, they expect or whatever? Like we always find this way to like shit all over it. And really giving, not only giving attention to the feminine within us, but allowing her to blossom and just be, gives us the perspective of, the gentle perspective of receiving the gifts that the universe has to give us, instead of always trying to twist it into logic, okay? Trying to twist it into some kind of action plan. What else for Cancer is coming through in general for this eclipse, please? What else is coming through for Cancer? in general for this eclipse, please? What else is coming through for Cancer? You know, I was going to bring this up a second ago, but then I was like, Emily, this is too much about your own life. Stop talking about yourself. So, but I'm going to bring it up now because it's coming up now. So here's the Five of Swords. And something that relates back to this Empress energy and allowing it to be part of you, you know, right up front there with your masculine half, is this, for me, it's the struggle of competition. Like, there's a very competitive nature about me, not only being, you know, I mean, maybe simply being Cancer, a cardinal sign. We're initiatory. We start things, we push things, we achieve, you know? And so that creates a very competitive sort of nature. And then there's that part of me that, like, I had to be in acceptance that there are some situations in which I cannot compete, all right? And one of those things is, like, you know, I do the martial arts, and it's very frustrating to me when I am a 41-year-old woman with the aches and pains of a 41-year-old woman, and I, you know, I can, in a sense, you know, hold my own with some of the people who are half my age and male, but I just had to lay it down and accept that my body does not work the same way as a 22-year-old male's. It just doesn't. And it's not going to, you know, unless I put every ounce of my being into, you know, building my muscles and whatever, which is not going to happen because I have 2 full-time jobs and 4 senior pets and an animal rescue and you guys. Just not going to happen. So I had to accept that. And I had to be okay with just being and receiving. This is what one of my spiritual teachers told me the other day. She was like, Emily, what if you just receive the gift that is there for you in that moment when you have to accept the fact that you just aren't going to necessarily compete with these guys in the same way that you want to. Yes, I can absolutely hit a move on some of them, or most of them at some time, at some given time, but do I get smashed too? Of course I do. So, okay, so let's just end this jujitsu talk here. But the point is that I had to be in acceptance, and I had to really just let this competitive energy go. I had to say to myself, there is something else for me. There's a gift for me in this, and there's something else for me. I have things that I offer to this world that are not the same that they offer to this world, and I have to be okay with that. So I feel like, you know, with this 9 of Wands coming up next to this 5 of Swords, this is just like being exhausted and mentally just shot with the constant competitiveness and the constant feeling that you need to keep up with someone else. You don't have to keep up with anyone else. The person you need to keep up with is your highest potential, your highest and best good. And that is not dictated by anybody but you and the universe, or you and source, okay? So all you need to do to be in that space is to accept the lessons and the gifts as they come and make the best of them. That's all you got to do, you know? Anything else is derailing you on your path. It's exhausting you and throwing your energy out the window when you need to be focused on something else. So I'm sure that this energy applies to you guys in some way, even if it doesn't apply to you in the way that I just described it. So I think that that is a major issue that is coming up for us in the eclipse. And I say us because, as most of you know, I'm a Cancer sun and moon and Jupiter. Where are we at with this reading? Okay, let's get one more card and then we'll close it out with an oracle card, okay? One more card for Cancer, please. Yes, 6 of Swords. You got to take all of these lessons, all of these blessings, lessons and blessings, all the lessons and blessings we're going to take, and we're going to move through the emotional minefields of all of this old crap that we have stored in our subconscious. And as we activate the divine feminine within each one of us, being in a greater state of acceptance and unconditional love, then we can more easily navigate these emotional waters, taking with us the lessons and blessings, so that we arrive on the next level, in a better state, in a better place, okay, than we have been. Because we've left behind the energy of the Eight of Swords, the mental restriction, the Five of Swords, the competition and ego. All of that stuff left behind. So what oracle card can we get for Cancer for this coming week of the eclipse, please? What oracle card can we get for Cancer? That's too many. Let's just get one, please. Could I have one oracle card, please, for Cancer? Okay. Awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. That's perfect. Energetic upgrades and a new way of being. That's exactly what we're talking about. Integration too, you know, just like building up and propping up that divine feminine so that there's a fuller integration of your divine feminine and masculine within you, okay, to bring you in this state of balance. And that state of balance allows you to fully take on these energetic upgrades, okay? It allows you to fully transmute these energies that we're being asked to transmute right now, okay? So I hope this was helpful for you. We are going to dig right into romantic relationships in the extended reading. Extended reading link is in the description box below. And if you find that you would like to set up a private reading with me or a private energy healing with me, you can do that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay. Thanks guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.